All right, let's just get right into it. If you're a compliance professional in an FCA-regulated firm, you already know the deal, don't you? The pressure is always on. The demands are huge, the rulebook is, well, it's complex, and the stakes, they're sky high. So today, we're going to talk about how to build a compliance framework that actually works for you instead of feeling like it's working against you.
So let's be honest for a second. As I go through some of the typical struggles we see out there, just ask yourself, does any of this sound a little too familiar? You know the drill, right? You're constantly reacting to problems instead of getting ahead of them. Maybe your documentation is, well, it's all over the place, making it almost impossible to show a clear, systematic approach. Or maybe your board reports just aren't hitting the mark. And here's the worst one. Critical actions get flagged, but then, poof, they just slip through the cracks. All this while you're probably juggling limited resources and trying to figure out what the FCA actually expects from you.
Look, if you were nodding along to any of that, then you know exactly what this feels like. You're just stuck, right? Trapped in this endless cycle of reactive firefighting. You stomp out one fire and immediately another one flares up somewhere else. And you never get that breathing room to step back and get a real strategic handle on things.
But what if you could change that? What if you could diagnose these problems, systematically, and then apply a real, structured remedy? Well, that's exactly the thinking behind our Compliance Doctor approach here at Compliance Consultant. It's time for a house call. We take a methodical look at the health of your compliance function, and we prescribe the cure.
And that prescription? It's a clear, structured plan. To make this real for you, let's look at a powerful example, the Compliance Monitoring Program Builder. This is the tool we've designed specifically to pull you out of that reactive state and put you firmly in a position of strategic, proactive control.
Now, it's really important to get this straight. This isn't just about best practice or having something nice on a shelf. This is a core regulatory requirement. The FCA Handbook, SYSC 6.1.1R to be exact, makes it crystal clear you must establish, implement, and maintain adequate policies and procedures. So the million-dollar question is, how do you actually prove you're doing it?
Well, the answer is a robust framework. This is how you get in control. It's what turns that regulatory rule from just words on a page into real, tangible evidence you can stand behind.
So, what does a framework like this actually do for you? Well, first off, it gets you away from just doing random ad hoc checks and moves you to a proper, systematic, risk-based program. It helps you align with exactly what the FCA expects under rules like SYSC and PRIN, and let's be honest, it saves you a ton of time with ready-to-use templates. Bottom line, you can finally demonstrate solid governance with professional reports and build that comprehensive evidence trail the regulators want to see.
All right, so let's peek inside the program builder. What are the core bits and pieces that actually make up this toolkit? The stuff that's designed to give you that control back.
First and foremost, everything starts with risk. Because let's face it, not all compliance risks are created equal, are they? So, a complete risk assessment framework with a really clear scoring system lets you pinpoint and prioritize what you monitor based on actual likelihood and impact. It's all about putting your time and energy where it truly matters most. Then, you get a full 12-month monitoring calendar. This completely takes the guesswork out of your year. Everything is scheduled out for you quarter by quarter. We're talking everything from your AML and consumer duty reviews right through to financial promotions and complaints analysis. Basically, it means you'll never miss a key review again. And of course, there are the ready-to-use activity templates. This is a huge time saver. Instead of having to create checklists from scratch every single time, you get these comprehensive templates for all the key jobs, like client file reviews. It just makes sure your monitoring is consistent, it's thorough, and it's all properly documented.
And finally, you've got to be able to show all your hard work to the people who matter. A professional board reporting framework does just that. We're talking templates that use key metrics and simple RNG status trackers. Red, amber, green. So senior management gets that clear, at-a-glance oversight they need. They'll know exactly where things stand.
So how does this all work in practice? It's actually a really simple 4-step process. First, you start with the risk assessment to focus your efforts where they're needed most. Second, you customize the 12-month calendar so it fits your firm perfectly. Third, you adapt the activity templates for your specific needs. And fourth, you implement the whole thing. And finally, you achieve that strategic oversight you've been searching for.
Okay, so the framework is here, the tools are ready to go, the path forward is clear. It's time to take action.
Look, the bottom line is this. It is time to break that cycle. It is time to stop fighting and to start monitoring your firm strategically with a proven, structured framework. And you can get instant access to this entire program. I'm talking the risk registers, the calendar, all the templates, the reporting framework, the whole lot. It's all fully editable for just £199.
You can get your instant download right now from Compliance Consultant. We're the home of the Compliance Doctor. Now, if you have any questions at all, or you just want to talk about your firm's specific needs, please give us a call on 0800-689-0190. Or, even easier, just use the link on screen to book a quick, no-obligation discovery call. Let's get you from firefighting to strategic control.